comic enthusiasts. Welcome back to HC Comics, your gateway to the colorful and captivating world of comics. Today, we're embarking on the next exciting chapter of this comic series together. Wishing you all some relaxing moments as we dive into HC Comics adventure. Returning to the main developments of the story, in this episode, we start with the scene.
In the previous episode, we saw how the wolves tried to attack Theo, but got their sweet little asses kicked by our muscle lady. After realizing Sickle Rabbit messed up his back hair from the outside, he pretended like he was cool and nothing happened. But from inside, he was depressed. Seeing this, the mommy rabbit first heavily scolded the Sickle Rabbit and Baby Bear. With a naughty look, she did a great makeover of Seojun. Please like and subscribe if you are new to support the channel. Now let's continue. Meanwhile, the tower manager immediately called Seojun and asked him what had happened. Seojun, confused, inquired about what she was talking about, not understanding her concern. She explained that she was asking about him, and Seojun's appearance changed. Seojun, with a smile, slowly removed his straw hat, saying, "Oh, she was asking about his hair. It had grown too long, so the mommy rabbit gave him a haircut." And then finally we got to see the new look of Seojun. His hair was shorter, and with an adorable smile while holding his hair, he asked how his new look was. Well, this revelation was too much for our virgin tower manager, and butterflies started to tickle all over her body as she saw this transformation. Aileen went into silent mode. She was just too speechless to even talk, and Seojun wondered why she went into silent mode. Does she not like his new haircut? Confused, Seojun continuously called for the tower manager, asking what happened and why she was not replying. He also asked her what she thinks about his haircut, if it's good. But the tower manager already got flustered. She was frozen on the spot, just glaring at an angry Seojun. Her face turned red with her mouth wide open. Butterflies started to tickle in her stomach. Then, as Seojun tried to come close to the crystal ball, a message from her appeared, warning Seojun not to come any closer or she might die. This worried Seojun, and he asked if something was wrong. In reality, she herself didn't know what was happening with her, so she explained that it was nothing, just that she was hungry, and asked if Seojun could give her some crayfish she had the other day. Hearing this, Seojun laughed, saying he knew it was because of food, but he explained that he's really sorry. He can't give her crayfish because lately, the population of crayfish has started to decrease. He mentioned that only 1 out of 3 are coming out now, meaning the population had decreased by 70%, and the piranhas are also nowhere to be seen, because crayfish eat all the piranhas. Seojun himself has been eating only vegetables these days, so he's starting to feel a bit empty. He suggested that, for now, the tower manager has to eat a little slowly or only eat vegetables until the crayfish repopulate themselves. Then, Seojun took out his basket made up of onion leaves full of corn, and with a warm smile said that for now, he can give her this. He also had some cherry tomatoes in reserve. Then, with a warm smile, Seojun mentioned that she must have run out of dried potatoes too, so he also offered some of those to her. A notification popped up, telling Seojun that the tower manager was thankful to him. However, she stopped midway, and seeing the lack of response from Aileen, Seojun asked about what the manager was going to say. Finally, another notification popped up, telling Seojun that the tower manager liked his new hairstyle and that it suits him well. Just after he read that message, the notification window disappeared in an instant, maybe because Aileen was feeling shy when she told Seojun how she really feels. Seojun remarked sarcastically, "Aileen sure knows how to give compliments." He didn't give too much thought to the conversation because he needed to focus on work again. On the other hand, Aileen was shaking to the core when she held the bucket of corns in her huge hands. She was flustered on all levels, feeling like she needed to pee, which was a new sensation for her. She didn't know what to do, so she immediately dismissed the thoughts coming into her mind and consoled herself by saying that she was just surprised because of Seojun's sudden change of appearance. She decided to forget everything and just start eating what she got. Then, she thought that every time it was Seojun who gave her food, and this time she would do something for him. She ran towards her huge library and found a book named The Great Cookbook with a brown hardcover. Aileen was happy as she decided that she would cook something special for Seojun with all her might. Holding the book with a shy face, she wondered if Seojun would like her dish. As these thoughts came out of her mouth, she blushed intensely and giggled, covering her mouth with the book. As the scene shifts, we see that the great wandering cat merchant, Theo, has now arrived on the lower levels, announcing to the humans that he was finally there. As soon as he arrived, a horde of hunters encircled him. The hunters did not waste any time in welcoming the cat merchant and immediately asked about the amount of cherry tomatoes he had today. They desperately asked the merchant to take out his items because there were a lot of people who were in need of the cherry tomatoes right now outside the tower. Listening to their desperation, Theo took out a basket full of 400 cherry tomatoes out of his bag and started to auction them like before in batches of 400, with a total of 3,600 cherry tomatoes. The hunters were surprised when they came to know that the cherry tomatoes were in even greater numbers than before. Soon, Theo began the auction and closed the deal at the highest bid of 400 cherry tomatoes for 200 tower coins. Theo was taking out the remaining cherry tomatoes, but suddenly, a hunter came to him and offered him 1,600 tower coins for the rest of them. The other hunters were in shock by this huge amount of money, but the guy with the money threatened them, asking them if they wanted to go against Gaggle. At last, all the remaining cherry tomatoes were sold to the company. The rest of the hunters were worried as there were already no cherry tomatoes outside the tower, and now a big company was just trying to monopolize everything. Among the hunters was the chief of the Phoenix Guild, Dong-shik, who was also worried for the ordinary hunters who were not able to buy the cherry tomatoes because of the big companies. Another hunter was planning to buy some cherry tomatoes for the meeting he was going to have with his soon-to-be in-laws, but he was now not able to do so. He was devastated, screaming and holding his head. Dong-shik was pretending to be sad from the outside, but in reality he was well acquainted with Theo and could make another transaction with Seojun on the 40th floor. However, his thoughts and plans were soon going to be shattered. Suddenly, someone from the company screamed while looking at the cherry tomatoes. The name of the cultivator who was producing the cherry tomatoes was now revealed. One of the company's guys saw the name and understood that the farmer was a Korean cultivator, the tower farmer, Park Seo-jun. The guildmaster immediately ran towards the person, snatching his cherry tomato and taking a look at it by himself in the options menu. The cultivator's name was now visible along with the effects of the cherry tomato. Even the chief was surprised to know that Park Seo-jun was a tower farmer. The company's hunter ordered his men to return to the guild camp on the first floor and find out about Park Seo-jun at once. He wanted to get the farmer on their side as soon as possible. The hunter was now very happy and started laughing frantically because he was going to get a lot of compliments and a promotion from the vice chairman in exchange for the valuable information he had. Dong-shik was now in a pinch. He was going to lose a valuable talent if he did not do something fast. Even more than anything, Seojun's family was now in danger because for the rich people outside the tower, cherry tomatoes were more valuable than jewels. Many were using it like a drug. The effects were so strong that basically, the rich became addictive to this. They could use unfair means and kidnap the family of Seojun to establish their monopoly in the market. The chief knew that Seojun never got out of the tower because of the long quest he had to do, and since he only received information about the outside through Theo, he was not aware of the bad situation his family was in. The chief's train of thought was interrupted when the wandering merchant Theo finally found him and called out to him. But even without listening to Theo, Dong-shik immediately took Theo in his arms and started running to a silent place. Theo asked what was happening, and Dong-shik said just to hold on for a moment. He would explain everything. Finally, after running from something, Dong-shik checked if there was anyone following him or not. After confirming they were alone, he gently placed Theo on the ground and asked Theo about why Seo-jun's name was now revealed in his crops. Theo told the chief with nervousness that it was so because he became a mid-tier wandering merchant. Now, the names of the cultivators or producers from whom he gets his items would be visible on the item itself. But Theo was still oblivious to the wrong he did by revealing Seo-jun's name to the public. He was shocked to the core when the chief told him that Park Seo-jun's family was now in danger due to this revelation. He told Theo that the situation outside the tower was not good, and everyone was causing an uproar because of the shortage of cherry tomatoes. It was all fine until now, because the name of the cultivator was hidden. But now it was a different story. Many people knew his name, and some of them would not even hesitate to do bad things to his family to establish their monopoly on the supply of cherry tomatoes. Realizing what is happening, Theo got panicked and worriedly asked Dong-shik if all this was happening because of him, all because he became a mid-tier wandering merchant. He did all the hard work to become a mid-tier merchant just for this. He wanted everyone to know the crop's cultivator was Seojun, but to make Seojun happy, He didn't know it would create such a big commotion. Then Theo asked the chief about what he should do to fix the situation. He was afraid that he's going to be scolded by Seojun for what he did, and he will never become the chairman. But Dong-shik consoled him by kneeling down and promising him that he will protect Park Seo-jun's family, even if he had to put the honor of the Phoenix Guild on the line. Theo was now happy and thanked the chief for his kind gesture. As the chief decided to go to the lower levels of the tower, Theo stopped him and told him that he had to do a favor for Park Seo-jun. Once again, Theo took out 2 baskets full of corn and carrots and told the chief that they were a present from Seo-jun to his family. He promised the chief that he would get 200 magic cherry tomatoes for delivering these items to his family safely. The chief was baffled, knowing that the gifts were actually the carrots of agility and corns of stamina. He was not able to comprehend what would happen if the outside world finds out about these items. But when Theo asked him if it was dangerous, the chief assured him that he will take Park San's gift to his family without fail. As Theo departed for the 99th floor, he said his goodbyes to the chief. Upon looking at the cherry tomatoes, the chief sighed and decided that the situation can be handled only if he lets his master know about what was going on. The scene shifts, and we come to the entrance of the 38th floor passageway, where Ox number 3 and Muscle Lady were sitting and calmly eating the onion leaves, while the wolf chief was deeply frustrated, cursing the monsters and asking them if they had lost their pride. He tried to provoke the monsters by asking them if they were really okay to work under a lowly wandering merchant. He even mocked the legends of the 99th floor, telling them that they were all lies. How can the monsters from the 99th floor work for a lowly cat? Hearing all this, Muscle Lady was getting annoyed by this constant chatter and wanted to hit the wolf chief one more time at his head. But Ox number 3 stopped her because if she will do it, the wolf will definitely die from the impact. Suddenly, Theo came towards them, running as fast as he could. Theo told them that they had to quickly go up to the 99th floor because it was urgent. The oxes were shocked when they saw Theo coming back so quickly and asked about the urgency of the matter. But Theo told them that there was no time to waste talking and promised them that he would explain everything to them on their way. Listening to the cat merchant, Ox number 3 and Muscle Lady again picked up the wolf mercenaries and decided to go to the 99th floor. Once again, Muscle Lady was disappointed, knowing that she would have to eat mud again once she got to the 99th floor. But Theo suddenly asked them to stop and wait for a bit as he looked towards a street vendor who was selling different items. He ran towards the cute black bear and picked up a locket from his wares, asking the shopkeeper about its price. The bear told him that it would cost him 2 tower coins, but Theo asked him for a discount as he was taught by Seojun always to ask for it. Ox 3 and Muscle Lady looked at him in amazement, thinking about what Theo was doing. And with that, this episode comes to an end. Do you think that Theo will again get something valuable for Seojun without knowing its real worth? We will indeed find out in the next episode. Write a big 40-incher in the comment. Goodbye.
So, that wraps up this chapter, folks. I'm concluding the video right here. Stay tuned for the thrilling developments in the next episode. And don't forget to show your support with a like and subscribe, fueling my motivation to bring you even more captivating comic chapters in the future. Until next time, happy reading!